Hey, you guys, what's going on? I have a neat one for you today. Do you talk too damn much? Well, I mean, it's really perspective. You're not talking too much to let people know around you that you have something in your craw and you need to work on it. I'll tell you that. But yeah, I've had a problem with that for some time. You can tell with my lengthy videos. Uh, but it's almost like, hey, Corey, that's one of those cool things about your videos that you just fucking diarrhea of the mouth for 10 minutes. Excuse me, you frickin' diarrhea of the mouth for 10 minutes. And then, pepper us with some knowledge along the way, uh, of collateral damage that is your chattiness. But, just like this little gem right here. Oh man, gotta get that collar. Gotta get that collar. So, we talk too much, right? And it's been our check engine light for God knows how long, and that's great. But, understanding what's going on with it is pretty interesting. I've watched a few videos on it, and I highly recommend you do as well. They don't necessarily tell you why you're doing. I mean, they don't. You're like, why do I talk too much? And it's always like, how to talk less. Well, one or two actually did touch on, hey, it's anxiety, and you feel like you need to be heard, and you weren't heard, and stuff like that. And like, you could go do a whole ton of therapy. You could, wax on and wax off about it for forever and stuff. And that would just be another nasty part of human behavior, is to where we get programmed to do things by doing them again and again. It's like, oh, we got acknowledgement and validation when we came to people with problems and stuff. A lot of people driving with cheap tires today, man. I don't know if you know this or not, but I'm willing to bet whenever you can hear the tires like that, they're cheap. But they could have, damage that can make them make that noise too. You guys are supposed to be having a cool little discussion about this stuff in the comment section, but God, I hope there's at least one person eventually that goes on about, no, tires don't make that noise because of whatever, and blah blah and whatever. I feel like I should champion myself on this knowledge. Great, thank you. You're awesome. I really appreciate it. No, you're honestly, practice. I heard a great video on, if you have social anxiety or you don't feel comfortable talking around people, go talk, make yourself talk to 100 people in a month. I would try to make myself talk to like 100 people in a day, because I know I can do it. And I'm pretty sure by the time you got in the 30s, you'd be pretty locked in on the way you're supposed to conduct yourself. I'm willing to bet all that chattiness and stuff and less calculating, you or me would be right off the old page there. And and if you did that a couple of days a week, because you don't want to burn yourself out, like go to sleep that day, let it process, get up, do your day. It's like whenever you exercise, your body has to get used to that new muscle and everything, this new physiology, and that's why you're sore and tired and stuff. Partly, you're just breaking it back in, But yeah, I just wanted to leave a little video and say, hey, if you have a problem being chatty, I know I have a couple, because yeah, I have a problem with it. And like I said, I want to come out and talk to you guys about this stuff and see what you have to say about it, see if we can help each other, because I know I don't want to be insufferable. I know I don't want to keep rattling on and just driving people away, because the hilarity is you really want to connect with somebody, but what you're doing is you couldn't further repel them. It's great. But yeah, I would have to say also family. If you have a positive family environment, I've noticed people really, and I have to say I had it a lot more together when I was more solidified with my family. Things have changed quite a bit in the past few years with my family, losses and stuff like that. But yeah, you just adapt. It's not always going to be the same way, and it'll change and stuff like that. You just have to take what you can get, really, so to speak. But yeah, you guys, as usual, go down there in the comments and deliberate and talk and discuss and have a nice discourse with each other. Talk about it. Tell us all how to be less insufferable, or not insufferable, to be positive about it. That it's just a thing, and it's something to work through. And I didn't mention this. Meditation. The only reason meditation seems like a pain is because you just haven't done it before, and you feel like it's going to be the magic bullet, so it has this unnecessary and unrealistic gravity to it. Well, that's not really fair to you or meditation. It's actually a lot easier than you think, and you do it all the time. You're just not aware of it. Where you concentrate, or you think about your day while you're brushing your teeth, or if you pray, or you think about what you're going to do the next day while you're planning a big trip or something. It's just meditation. You could get a little more finite with it, and breathe, and calm yourself and stuff. And I have to say, after trying it about 3 times, you're going to be pretty locked in. I've been trying this sleep hypnosis stuff, and it's great. Basically, the guy's just saying some stuff, and you listen to it, and you perform these exercises. You're not doing exercises. You're performing things. You're doing these actions to better your relaxation. And after using it a couple of days, it's like, oh, okay, cool. Now I could play this thing for myself and be married to this, and then I would be stuck with it. After a month, I wouldn't be able to go to sleep without it. Probably after a week. But yeah, you deserve better than that. So, just remember what they said, which you can clearly do. Remember what they said, and then go, hey, I'm going to do this. Well, sorry. So with the meditation, just try to remember what you did. And yeah, it's not always going to be easy. It may seem really hard in the beginning, but, write that stuff down. Is this realistic to think this way? Is it as big as I think it is? And, do I want it to be smaller? And if so, how do I break that up into smaller chunks so that I can better deal with it and everything? Loads of videos on that as well. But anyway, I better get. You guys have heard enough of me. Thank you so much for coming by as usual, and be kind to yourselves.